Welcome to the Caribbean Cricket Podcast, your one-stop shop for all things West Indies cricket. By the fans, for the fans.
Kimar Roach, and I listen to the Caribbean Cricket Podcast.
Yeah, you're listening to the Caribbean Cricket Podcast indeed, but I tell you what I'm not doing. I'm not watching the cricket because all I can see is American football on my screen. So I'm looking at the American football and it says 1 minute and 55 seconds left. But you see the thing about American football, 1 minute and 55 seconds in American football can be 15 minutes, you know. The TV guide is saying to me the match will start after the American football is done. Jaja. So I ain't got nothing to say, people. Saturday night, trying to find energy. The next 3 games of this competition, I'm doing live watch-alongs. So I got this game, then I got the morning game tomorrow, and then I got the night game tomorrow. Fam, we're about to go deep into the matrix with all this. But right about now, all I can tell you is that Jamaica Tallawahs are 1 without loss. Du Pavilion has taken the new ball. King and Django are on strike. King has 1 run, Django has 1 run. 2 without loss. But can't tell you anything else, people, because American football's trying to mash up the vibe. See what I mean? They said 1 minute and 59 seconds, and that was about 3 minutes ago. We're still out here watching American football. College football at that, you know. Why is British TV showing college football? Man, don't really care about college football like that. Yeah, Bromley won 3-0 to move into 7th place in the National League. So I ain't got nothing to say to you people. Nothing. I'm not watching nothing out here. So 1 minute and 24 seconds left of the football. Oh, what's going on here? I've messed something up here. Yep. As Errol says, there's 10 channels. I thought it must be on like BT, like Red Button or something. It's just done nothing. We're just out here waiting for football to end. A whole bunch of people. Do you know what, actually? You know what? Let me run my illegal stream. 1 second, people. Let me find my illegal stream. Because I got the hookup out here. Let me just find my thing. Let me see if my illegal stream is running. If illegal stream is running, I'll fling it in the chat. It might not be running still, you know. Wait a minute. My legal stream isn't running. No, what's this? No, people. My legal stream is showing everything but cricket. Let me refresh the schedule, see if there's any. No, it's not showing. My legal stream ain't on piff. Ah, boy. So, right about now, people, you've joined a live watch along, and I don't even know. I'm just watching the screen. I'm not even watching the cricket myself. What I can tell you though is that Penn State are beating Auburn. I can tell you that. So if you're interested to know what the score is between Penn State and Auburn, it's 41-12 Penn State, and we've got 1 minute left of the game. And Penn State are, I think they might. Yeah, that's an overturn. Penn State, that's overturned. Oh, sorry, Auburn, that's an overturn. They couldn't convert the 4 and 1, and Penn State are going to get the ball. Know what I mean? I'm on this American football team. Okay. Yeah. Didn't make the 4 and 1, you know. Fireball says that King got saved by. So something's happened in the cricket that I'm not even watching right now. Okay, so let me just see. King got given out LBW and a caught behind. King called for DRS and the decision was overturned. So Jamaica are 6 without loss after 1 over. Oh, sorry, Rana. I've already given you the team. I've already put the teams up. You must have just joined the live. So for those who don't know, the teams are King, Django. I don't know if Canal Lewis is injured. Brooks, Powell, Reefer, Allen, Wazim, Green, Pretorius, Mohamed Amir, Nicholson, Gordon, and then TKR, Webster, Puran, Munro, Seifert, Dre, Pollard, Lorraine, Akil, Ravi, Darren, and Anderson Phillip. Jaden Seals is out with an injury. There's 10 seconds left, though, of the football. I think they might have called it off. Oh, I can see the players on the field. Tough day for Auburn. Quite a comprehensive victory for Penn State. 41 to 12. That's why Penn State are the 22nd ranked team in college football. You know, United goes still. Now I'm watching play of the game from Penn State versus Auburn. Nope, they're not locking off the match is finished and they're not even locking it off. We're seeing post match. Thoughts on Mohamed Nabi? Well, they're going to Ghana. They're going to Guyana, so it makes sense to get a spinner in. I'm not sure who he's replacing. Who's in the Tallawahs team that might believe him? I can't imagine Pretorius is going with us. Is Pretorius going to play for South Africa? For those that know, who's leaving the Tallawahs team? Oh, of course, yeah. I forgot about Lemashane. He's gone. Might be going to prison. I forgot about him. So, yeah, maybe he's replacing him. No idea, Charlie. No idea. I thought Mansing was just part of the 60. I didn't think he was part of the CPL squad. So I'm watching this American football still. Errol, all the South African players, not all of them. I'm sorry, where are we? Not all of them, but a lot of them are going. So, for example, Guyana are losing Shamsi and Klaassen. Barbados are losing Miller and de Kock, etc. So it changes the complexion of the tournament going forward for sure. Mansing is from Jamaica. In fact, his dad, if I'm not mistaken, is the doctor for the West Indies men's team. Rana, no news on dates of Super 50, but it'll just be in the usual time it always is, November into December. Yeah, do you know what? I've got I am actually subscribed to somewhere where I get illegal feeds. I haven't paid for it this month because I just assumed that my BT subscription that I already have would be enough given it's on BT. But here I am watching American football, so you know. Anyways, American football's done now. Looks like there's cricket soon come. I'm eating some rum cake still. Rum cake's nice still, you know. I meant to have it with some ice cream, but I'm out here eating my thing. Trying to stay up till 3 o'clock. You know what? I still can't see no football cricket now. I'm coming off the screen to go pour myself some water. Soon come back, people. Okay, cricket's back. And as we join the cricket, Dre Russ feels that coming on the long off boundary. 1 run. Tallawahs are 13 without loss. It's Akil Hussain ball in the second over. We move now. We actually really move. 16 of you in the live. Come on, man. What's this? Just because I was watching American football doesn't mean there shouldn't be more of you in the live. Come on, man. Spread the word. Like, share, subscribe. Let me go look to see what our subscriber numbers are. See. Right. So 3,104 subscribers at the start of this live. By the end of this live, I want us to be on 3,150. Road to 4K. Let's keep it moving. Likes, and all that. Like, share, subscribe. Got to do all of that. Pollard is put himself in onto the batsman, short leg, and Django goes after it. Gone. Akil strikes. You know how Akil does. Django's giving it away. Django must have got shook because Pollard was right in under the helmet at short leg. Pollard must have been cussing him. Django gives it away. Jamaica 13 for 1. Usually what happens in CPL is I support my nation, Jamaica, and then when they get knocked out, I just switch to TKR. So, I ain't mad at that. Yeah, that was a dunce shot, Javid. Dunce shot. Right, 13 for 1 then. We're properly into the cricket now, people. Let's move. If you haven't, in fact, actually, let me find it. If you haven't watched or streamed or listened to our latest, let me find it. Let me find the ting-a-ling. Let me just find my ting. 1 second, share. Copy. Right, I'm putting it in the chat. Hi. There we go. If you haven't listened to our latest episode of West Indies on 99.94, I've put it in the chat. West Santoki and I analyze the World Cup squad. So any questions you have got, it's in that video. Let me update the score here. I'm warming up here, just slowly warming up. Cricket weren't ready when I jumped on, so now I'm slowly warming up. So the Tallawahs, 13 without 1, Rampal into the attack for the third over. I've got energy today, because it's a Saturday and I slept for 1 hour. I slept for an hour and 30 minutes before the start of this match, so I feel refreshed. I'm doing the next 3 games I'm doing live, people. In fact, the next 5 games. So I'm doing today TKR versus Jamaica. For those of you who watch the morning games, I'm doing the Royals versus Guyana, the 10 o'clock game tomorrow. And then TKR versus the Kings, the midnight game tomorrow. And then in midweek, I'm doing Guyana versus Jamaica. Obviously, we fly to Guyana next. Guyana versus Jamaica and Guyana versus the Kings. So busy. I'm moving. Pure live watch-alongs. Michael says, good work with you and Santoki discussing the squad today. On West Indies on 99.94. One thing not discussed, though, is a comparison versus last year. I'd love to see Bravo, but the bowling does look better. Yeah, the bowling's better. The bowling, compared to last year's squad, Rampal nearly got a tickle through to the keeper there. Brooks trying to duck out. Compared to last year's squad, the bowling is more incisive. But remember, last year's squad, Obed McCoy got injured at the last minute. Fabian Allen got injured at the last minute. This year's squad has McCoy and a fit and firing Alzari Joseph. Like, that's immediately a better bowling lineup. I don't think the batting. I don't know. Anyways, watch the video, people, because I don't want to repeat the points that I made on the video. I kind of said what I needed to say. I just ultimately feel like if people are being honest, there were inconsistent selection decisions. I'm not mad at them. I'd rather have Evan Lewis in than out, but there were inconsistent selection decisions. I don't think I get why Karai got in to some extent, but it's an inconsistent selection decision. And as I said on the video, nobody else anywhere has mentioned it. I think I'm the only Caribbean media person to say it. If they wanted a leg spinner because they don't think Hayden Walsh is good enough, Karai wasn't the person to go for. Go for Imran Khan. There's nobody in cricket in the region who can tell me that Imran Khan is not a better bowler than Yannick Karai, leg spin bowler than Yannick Karai. So if it was about trying to find someone better, King might have given that away though. It's a slower ball by Rampal, up in the air. Narayan takes it. King gone is 15 for 2. The pace off the ball. Rampal took pace off the ball. King got deceived into the shot. He went early. At it. Trini flags all over the place. Brian Lara Academy is packed out today, boy. I ain't seen it like this. I don't think I've ever seen Brian Lara Academy like this, you know. Normally when there's cricket at Brian Lara Academy, it looks vacant. But then again, when is cricket ever at Brian Lara Academy, really and truly, in terms of international cricket? But Trini fans are out, boy. 15 for 2. So I'm just reading your comments, people. Fireball says he was sleeping during Trinidad versus Guyana. How was that possible, Fireball? Because all I could hear in London was pure noise on the TV. You're a better man than me. Has there been any player reactions to West Indies announcements? No, I haven't seen any cussouts just yet. Yeah, Javid. Haynes said Russ ain't performing, so didn't get picked. But Evan isn't performing. And let me tell you someone else who isn't performing. Sheldon Cottrell, but he got a pick. Karai's not even in CPL, and he got a pick. So it was just inconsistent. I'm not mad at it. It's just inconsistent. Yep, Charlie. Next year's CPL, St. Kitts and St. Lucia have to lose games, and it's got to go to Jamaica and Barbados. They're not going to take games away from Guyana because Guyana now have a contract for the next 3 years for CPL final stages to take place in Guyana, so they're not losing it. Trinidad clearly ain't going to lose games because look at the vibe that Trinidad has. So unfortunately, one of St. Kitts or St. Lucia minimum has to lose their hosting rights next year, and I don't know if they'll take both of them away and let Barbados and Jamaica host. One of the advantages to hosting in St. Kitts and St. Lucia is they're tourist islands. So, and they'll probably think, oh, I reckon they'd say it's less hassle to host in St. Kitts and St. Lucia because it's so set up for a tournament. And it's so kind of quaint and it's so small. So that I bet it wouldn't surprise me if they kept it at St. Kitts and St. Lucia. But you can't keep out CPL from Barbados and Jamaica for too long, surely not. But certainly the days of home and away fixtures, I think, are gone. I think CPL will say that this is a much more cost-effective way of running the tournament to go to in terms of logistics as well. Because you have to remember, people, that flying around the Caribbean is a madness. So logistically, they'll say that this is a better way to run the tournament. Yes, Breadfruit Man, we've already done the show. I posted the link in the chat. I'll post it again in the chat. Follow that link, you'll see it. Or obviously, if you listen to podcasts, West Indies on 99.94, it's driven through the covers by Brooks, and that's 4 runs. Vivek says, mad that no game is taking place at Kensington Oval, best ground in the Caribbean. It is what it is, you know. Yeah, Fireball. There's this whole thing about Kensington Oval is the mecca of the region. I've never bought into that, but let people say what they want to say, man. You think if I'm watching cricket in the Caribbean, I'm going to Kensington Oval? No, I'll go. I'm not like dying to go to Kensington Oval. So the Tallawahs 21 for 2. 2 more balls left of Akil Hussein's second over. Still trying to work out why Rovman wanted to bat first, to be honest. Pollard is doing his aggressive captaincy out there, you know, playing mind games. Again, well bowled by Akil. 2 dots to end the over. And that's the end of his second over. 6 runs off it. And the Tallawahs are 21 for 2 after 4 overs. Let me head over to Twitter and remind people that I'm doing this watch along, you know, because all I see is 33 men and women in the chat. Do this ting. Do this ting. Where is it? There we go. Imagine I'm doing these lives in X number of like total stream views. CPL don't want to bring me in to do it for them. Anyways, let us stay in our lane. Okay, see what the comments are saying. Yep, I would say it's Alzari, Aaron. There's probably somebody quicker than him who's nowhere near anything, but it's in terms of established, it's Alzari. Yeah, Rick and I agree. I think because of how Kensington is built, people associate it with being like Lords, and it's got that kind of Lords look of it. So they think, well, it's the Mecca. But if we're talking about atmosphere, it's Trinidad or Guyana, clearly. I mean, I've been to Sabina when the atmosphere is good. So I wouldn't rule out Sabina from an atmosphere point of view. But everyone knows it's Trinidad and Guyana. Or Guyana, I should say. Or bowled him. Bowled him. I don't know if that's gone in off his. I don't know what. Has that gone in off his thigh? Rovman tried to swivel on it and pull it. It looks like as he swiveled, it's gone off his butt cheek onto the stumps. I'm going to have to watch that again. But it's 22 for 3. And Tallawahs, we're in a mess. We're all at sea here. But I kind of felt like this is what was going to happen today. So I've made my peace with it. It's 22 for 3. It's a madness. Oh, it's an under edge. It's not off his butt cheek. He's swiveled on it, pulled it, and under edged it onto his off stump. Powell's got a go. Ravi Rampal has his second. Powell's gone for 1 run. This is what I always said would be the problem for Tallawahs in the tournament, because the batting has Powell at 4, and then you have like from after Powell's gone, you basically have Reefer, Allen, Wazeem, and Green. There's far too many all-rounders. So when Jamaica are good, they're really good. But when early wickets are taken, you kind of look at who Jamaica have left to come in, and you're like, it's not looking kind of strong. So one of Reefer, Allen, because I'm not looking at Imad Wazeem or Chris Green to do it. One of Reefer or Allen's going to have to play a madman innings. In fact, who's even in at the moment? Who's in with Powell? Brooks, for about Brooks. Errol said, game done. Yeah, it's gone. It's done. But do you know the good thing, Errol? I soon go my bed. So, you know what? Give thanks. Give thanks to the Lord above. He said, you know what, Machel? Jamaica are done out here today. They're going to give you the gift of going to bed early. Have to give thanks. God is good. Michael says Women's Series versus New Zealand's been rescheduled. Yeah, I haven't actually written the new dates into my diary yet. I need to do that ASAP. Goal, nearly LBW. First ball to Reefer. Reefer, who's going to the T20 World Cup. Hmm. 50 of you in the live. Like, share, subscribe, follow the Caribbean Cricket Podcast. Listen to us on West Indies on 99.9 4DM. Go to CaribbeanCricketPodcast.com where you can see the links to everything that we do. Let me see. We started this live with 3,104 subscribers. We're currently on 3,105. Thank you to the one person who subscribed. Nicked off? Is he nicked off? Is he nicked off? Umpire's not giving it. Has he? Has he given it? I didn't see the umpire's finger go up. Well, Reefer's walked off, people. Tallawahs are 22 for 4. Let me just pan to my bed, people. See that? I soon touch bed, you know. I soon touch bed because Jamaica are 22 for 4. Reefer has nicked off. I didn't even see the umpire put his finger up. Maybe he said it was so obvious that he doesn't even need to. Rampal takes his third wicket. Tallawahs are all at sea. Soon touch my bed, though. Reefer gone for a duckers. Jamaica are done out here. I told people about TKR, you know, when everyone's trying to write them off. I said, watch how when TKR get to the final four, all of a sudden nobody wants to play TKR. You don't have that much talent and not make it to the postseason. I'm just glad Jamaica have already got 4 wins on the in the hutch. Those 4 wins might be enough for Jamaica to make it to the final four. Anyways, they might be able to lose their last 3 games and still make it. So Ravi Rampal has bowled 1.4 overs, 3 for 3. He's ran through the Jamaica top order. Right, Michael's giving me the dates. Let me write those in. So, for people who don't know, so the game tomorrow then isn't happening. Thank you for that, Michael. So I don't need to watch that one. Listen, I watch all the cricket, you know. So we got a game on the 19th. Is what, you know. I'll write those in later because I've got the email from West Indies admin. So I'll have a look at that later. Fireball says he thinks that Guyana and St. Kitts won't make it. I always thought that Guyana were much weaker than people thought, but they do have 5 games left. And bear in mind that 4 of those games are going to be in Guyana, so they could still sneak through, to be honest. Depends how good the spin comes to fruition for Guyana. But basically, the problem Guyana have is that they're giving themselves such little room to maneuver, having lost so many games early doors. It's like St. Kitts. St. Kitts lost so many games early doors that they've not given themselves much room to maneuver. St. Kitts basically have to win their final 2 games. Guyana might have to win at least. Let me think. 6. Guyana might need to win 3 out of the 5. Minimum. So Jamaica Tallawahs 22 for 4. King out for 7. Django out for 6. Powell out for 1. Reefer out for none. Brooks currently 7 not out. Imad none not out. So Dupavilion comes in for his second over. Final over of the power play. That's flicked through the covers. Nice shot there by Brooks. He should get 3 for that. Maybe 2 minimum. Will he run hard and get a third? He wanted a third, but Imad sends him back. Yeah, Charlie. I mean, like Chris Green, Imad Wazim, Miguel Pretorius. I think, to be honest, though, Charlie, I would say, given the squad Jamaica have, I think Jamaica have overperformed the most compared to every other squad in the tournament. Nobody. I didn't even have Tallawahs making the top four. I said that maybe they could if they got 3 or 4 wins, but that would be the most they'd get. Well, they've already got 4, so they've already no, that's bat first. They've already exceeded my predictions, so they've overperformed better than everybody else in the competition. Bailey says, "Never doubt Yardman. Them believe." Reggae Boys have a new national men's head coach, so we'll soon lick down Argentina. That's flick to the man on the boundary. 1 run. Yeah, Michael, I agree. St. Lucia much better than I thought they would be. I wouldn't say that they haven't overperformed more than Jamaica, but still better than I thought they would be. Certainly, given how they had started the tournament, much better than I thought they would be. That rum cake didn't bang as much as it did at the start, Dead up. Uh, Fillion bowls that one, and Wazim can't beat the man at cover. No rum. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I think. I think you're right about that, Charlie. To be fair. Again, no run. 3 runs off the over so far. One more ball left of Dupavillion's over, and then we are at the end of the power play, 25-4. The next test match is, I think, like 10th or 11th of December when we get licked down by Australia. And that's the end of the power play. Tallawahs 25-4. Game is done, to be honest. Yes, good night. Ooh, where is he? Good night, Eshwa. Aaron says the tests start in November. Do they? Is it? Oh, boy, I don't even know. All I know is this licks whatever happens. Michael says the next test is November the 30th. I actually thought they started in December, but I mean, same thing. Yeah, second test is on December the 8th. The plan for Australia is, I don't know, because I don't even know. I don't actually know. Wait, what's the time zone for them again? Usually, when we play Australia, which is so rare, the last time we played Australia, if I remember rightly, in tests, that's when like Carlos Brathwaite played some test matches. Was that like 2016, maybe? I was visiting my parents in South Africa at the time, so and I think it'll be a similar thing to the UK. What you get to watch, maybe there's a day, no, because remember the second test is a day nighter. So because it's a day nighter, I'll be able to watch probably all of the second and third session. But the normal test match, I'll be able to watch maybe the first session, and then I'm going to my bed. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think what I've been told, I need to get some clarity, but I think I've been told that there's definitely a camp going on. Remember, also Australia. Oi, has he got Rampol appeals there? Movement off the surface, but Imad plays and misses at it. There's nothing doing in terms of Nick. Yeah. So what Cricket Australia have done is they've given us 2 warm-up games. So we're actually getting there really early, and they've given us 2 warm-up games, not because they want us necessarily to. Well, no, they do want us. I think they've given us the warm-up games because they're so afraid of it being an uncompetitive series that the only way for West Indies to even remotely compete is to at least get their eye in by playing in by playing in the conditions and actually seeing what it's going to be like. You have to remember that a lot of the players going to Australia will never have played in Australia before, which adds to the likelihood of massive licks taking place. So yeah, that's how they're preparing. They're gonna get warm-up games. So the 7th over has been bowled by Ravi Rampal. So far, he's gone one dot dot dot. Jamaica can't get going, but it's understandable. There's a massive rebuild has to take place here. They've got Imad Wasim coming to the crease, came to the crease, sorry, inside the power play. They just have to try and um, get some kind of score there. Yeah, but Michael, that's never going to happen. People better get used to it. What people are seeing right now in the future tours program, this is like the toothpaste is out of the tube now. It's never going to be better than this. This is what it is. The only way the future tour program it gets better from here is if the ICC insists on T20 leagues only having certain windows on in the year. Until the ICC ensures that T20 leagues compete against each other rather than compete against international cricket, we're always going to have these problems. And now, finally, another nation is seeing what West Indies have been seeing for a decade. Notice how now the Kiwi players aren't taking central contracts. Bolt's declined his. The Grandholmes basically retired. Neesham's declined his. What's now happening to New Zealand cricket happened to West Indies cricket 10 years earlier, and to the point where now we're just giving up on it all. So the signs are that the smaller nations, we can't we can't do anything to stop this current drive from the players to rightly want to go and earn their food. Okay. So the only way to counteract that, the ICC has to say, you know what, PSL, um, BPL, and some next league, so maybe that South African new one, you are all in the same window. You're not all competing against an international series. Your window is January to early Feb. Then they say IPL, your window is March to April or May or whatever it is. Then they say CPL and 100, your window is this point. And then all outside of all of that is international cricket. So make the leagues compete against each other, not against international cricket. And that solves part of the problem. But anyways, no one in ICC has sense because ultimately it's all about corruption and money laundering and this, that, this, that. Let's call it as it is. It's all about money laundering and teething out money. Brooks tries to cut one outside the off stump. Narayan into the attack now. Completely forgot that Narayan hadn't bowled yet. And nothing doing for Brooks. I'm going to say something, by the way. Last game, Narayan was chucking some of the deliveries. I'm just saying that. Now, Supernova, the Champions League ain't possible. Now that oh no, it's going down leg. Now that teams are doing brand expansion, so the Royals being an example, there can be no Champions League. Again, I think Narayan's first over here, 2 runs off it. Margel says Narayan has always been chucking. Yeah, to be honest, Margel, I think there's certain leagues where Narayan knows that his action can afford to be a bit filthy, and CPL's one of them. Now, Supernova, it wasn't Dino's video, to be honest. Like, I just think it's been obvious through the tournament. I've seen Dino's video, but it's been obvious through the tournament. But the thing is, we're all just used to I think most people nowadays just like, well, it just is what it is. Like, it's nothing new. It just is what it is. Anyways, that's the end of the 8th over. It's 31 for 4. Not if you're wondering why I haven't put up like the batsman scores. I mean, Brooks is on 15 not out from 17, but the scorecard is so sorry. And 31 for 4 of 8 overs is so pitiful that there's no point in me telling you what the batters are on. You can just tell from the score that there's nothing to talk about in terms of the batting. Yeah, good point from Michael. The cricket is not a fan-centric sport. It's just not. It's a very silly sport. Right, Akil Hussain in for his 3rd over. Brooks chops that, or cuts that, sorry, outside the off stump for 1 run. Trey Rusfield's off the boundary. Ganga saying that Jamaica needs to try to get to 141, 145. That I don't think that's happening. Unless Fabian does an absolute madness when he comes in. That's not happening. Imad Wazim tries to play a reverse sweep. Got nothing decent on that. No run. Oh, and again, Imad can't do anything with that Akil delivery. No run. We're on 3,110 subscribers. So 6 extra subscribers since this live started. Thank you very much. And again, Imad brings out the reverse sweep again and can barely get off the square. 1 run. This match is moving very slow for Jamaica. Yes, yes. I might have to go get some ice cream at some point. Right, Akil comes in for his 5th ball of the over. Brooks can't beat the man. And no run. Final ball of the 9th over. What's Akil got here? Oh, beats Brooks all ends up. I think that Brooks didn't get anything on that, did he? Looks like a leg by. Nice. No, he must have got a thin outside edge. Seifert and Pollard. Seifert the keeper and Pollard at first slip can't get anything to stop it. And it goes for 4. Tallawahs are 37 for 4 at the end of the 9th over. Must have been a thin edge. It's a drop then. It's a drop by Seifert. Okay, no, they're saying it's Pollard's catch, but that zoom past Pollard before he could react. Am I pulling an all-nighter? Supernova, no. But remember, it's because I have to write the match report. So, no Ryan back in for his second over. I have to write the match report, Supernova. So at some point, I'm locking this off. But I'll definitely be doing at least part of the TKR reply. Javid says if Jamaica make 140, they're going to defend that. 140 looks a long, long way away at this stage. I reckon another wicket's coming before the 13th over. Oh, that's gone. That's gone. That's gone. LBW. My goat mouth called the wicket. Brooks has reviewed it immediately. He's saying... No, I thought he reviewed it already. He must be saying inside edge, so maybe it's not gone. If it's no inside edge, it's plumb. But let's see here. Classical Brooks innings, T20 innings there, 20 off 20. Has he got an inside edge? Because he is gone for all money if he's got no inside edge. Oh, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. So I was looking at whether it's no ball, but that's fine. Right, now let me look at Narayan's action. Yeah, that's fine as well. Well, he's got no bat on it. So what's he reviewing exactly? It might be clipping leg stump. It looks like umpire's decision. Yeah, there's no edge on it. So I think Brooks must have reviewed it because it's hit him on the back pad, and maybe he thinks or back leg. Maybe he thinks his back leg. Maybe he thinks his back leg is on leg stump and it's turning away. I think it might be clipping. I think it's clipping leg. Yep, umpire's cool. Gone. Jamaica 38 for 5. Brooks gone for 20 off 20. Ryan gets his first. Trinidad in ominous form now after everyone tried to write them off. It took the curry chicken curry derby for them to come to life. Tallawahs, boy, well, it's looking kind of long and sticky for us. Let me go get some ice cream because it's looking long for us. Yeah, Errol says that was a dunce review. But I guess it's umpire's call, so I guess they keep it, right? Sometimes water is the nicest drink, you know. Just that fresh water. 3,112 subscribers. Up. Let's keep subscribing. Let's keep getting it up. I wonder how many likes there are. There's 48 of you concurrently and live at this moment in time. We've been going for 50 minutes. How many of you have pressed like? How many of you have visited the Caribbean Cricket Podcast website? In fact, let me write the site in the thing. Huh. Let me see how many likes. Let me see how many likes you lot have blessed me with so far. Let's see if I can find this. Let's see now. Where can I see the likes? 10 likes. No. Wait a minute. No, that's wrong. I nearly. How many likes is there going on right now? 50. No. 23 likes. Come on, people, man. Up the likes, you know. Anyways, we're at the halfway stage of the Angosta drinks break, but Angosta ain't sponsoring me, so let me not mention their names again. A lot of these Tallawahs wickets today have been soft, you know. Kings was soft. Powell's was soft. Jangu's was soft. Reefers was a good delivery, in fairness. And Brooks was a poor shot. So at least 4 of those wickets have been given away. That Brian Lara Stadium crowd is pressuring the Tallawahs. Aaron, you'd have to ask Santoki. Send him a message on Twitter and ask him. But basically, his matches that he does tend to be at 3 o'clock. So he's actually working at the same time. So I don't think he could do a watch along. And the midnight ones, I guess, I don't know. Actually, don't know why. It's not his vibe. $65 of you in the like, share, subscribe in the live. Sorry. Right. So 3 more balls left of. Wait, who's bowling? Is it still of Narayan's over? Yeah, for real, Fireball. These live streams, the only reason I can do them is because I got the gift of the gab, you know. If I can boost myself up for a second. Listen, I can carry a 9-hour commentary if I have to, you know. Anyways, it's the Riders bowling. Oh, outside edge. Oh, hold on. Seifert says it's a stumping. Puran has gone in to look at Imad's legs to see if he's in. Umpire's gone up to the TV umpire, the on-field umpire. What are they appealing for here? Seifert reckons Wasim is out. I think Wasim is in. If he's out, the foot must be out by inches. It's a legal delivery, so that's fine. Now, he beats Imad Wasim's outside edge. Wasim tries to reach for it, plays inside the line. Spins away from him. No, surely he's in. The bat leg looks like it's in. Seifert reckons it's out. He's gone straight to the umpire to call for it. There's no nick, so it's definitely wafted and missed the ball. Now, the key is the right. As Seifert takes the foot out and Wasim, yeah, that's well in. Well in. The long legs of Wasim. Sees him survive. We keep moving. 2 more balls left of Sunil Narayan's over. Yeah, that's who I was thinking of, Fireball, Joey Styles. Joey Styles used to carry those ECW pay-per-views. Guilty as charged. Is it November to Remember? Yeah. Oh my God! Anyone who's an ECW fan knows that Joy Styles cool. So at 39 for 5, Tallawahs' last ball of Narayan's over. And Wazim plays it out into the covers for 1 run. He will have strike again for the 11th. Imad is on 4 off 16. Fabian is 1 off 1. Tallawahs are 40 for 5 off 10. Wait, what? I thought that was the drinks break. Oh, Jono Star. Is this a drinks break? Did we just have the drinks break? Don't tell me. What's going on? I don't know what's going on, people. Yeah, we've had that. We must have had the drinks break. So 40 for 5. It must be the drinks break because they're not showing nothing. It's Anderson Phillip back into the attack. He's replaced Jaden Seals. Fireball couldn't get his rum, at the last game. Current projected score for Jamaica is 81. God is good, man. I might be in bed by 2:30. That's optimistic. Optimistic, but I might. All I'm thinking about is my vanilla ice cream. Let me go. I'm soon gonna come off this so I can go defrost my vanilla ice cream. Oh, well bowled by Anderson Phillip and Imad. Who was on strike? Fabian, sorry, has to defend that. Fireball says Jamaica going to get 130. I reckon Jamaica going to be all out for less than 90. But I want Fabian to do some madness, I think. I want Fabian to just feel good about himself, And Fabian cuts that, can't be the fielder, no rum. And finally, the Tallawahs get a run. Alan plays that to Dre Russ, who comes off the boundary, 1 run. Right, sorry, people. I was just looking at something. Donovan Phillips says thank you. For what, Donovan? Fix this mic, boy. Right, so 42 for 5. Anderson Phillips only gone for 2 runs of the first 5 balls. One more ball left of the 11th over. Tallawahs struggling. Rotherham Powell looks lost, boy. Yo, as I understand it, tomorrow is the final game for the South Africans contingent, and they will be flying out on Monday morning. And again, that's defended back to Phillip. That's the end of the over. 2 runs off it. And it's 42 for 5 off 11. People, allow me for a second. Let me go defrost my vanilla ice cream because, late nights and that. Soon come back. Looking at the international flagman of the Caribbean. Oh, Fabian goes for a big shot and licks down the Ryan for a 6. Wait a minute. Was that 2 back-to-back 6s? TV, is that a second 6? TV cameras didn't even show the first one. So it was a 4 and a 6. TV footage came back on after the 4 had already happened. So 10 runs off the first 3 balls of Narayan's third over. Fabian trying to do stuff. Yeah, Errol. Some of these fans that they interview, big dunces, but you have to respect it. I am the official flagman. Anyways, that accent was rubbish. But 53 for 5. And that's the end of the over. 1 for 17 of the 3 overs for Narayan. 1 for 18 even. 54 for 5 for the Tallawahs. Maybe they can. I'm starting to believe that maybe they can get up to 120, but Wazeem and Fabian wouldn't. I don't know. They still need to do something special to even consider that. Fireball says he's not a Pollard fan. I don't think a lot of people are, though. Aaron, it was my attempt to do a Trini accent. So if it sounded more Indian than Jamaican, then I was at least 50% of the way there. No, I do not believe Corbin Bosch is playing for South Africa. He might do at some point in the future. but I don't believe he is anytime soon. So I will say that I am a fan of Pollard's attitude, but he goes a bit too far at times. But the thing is, right? Here's why, and this is why when people are trying to run Pollard out of the captaincy from West Indies, and anybody who's been a fan of the Caribbean Cricket Podcast, we spoke clearly about how we didn't think that was a good idea. The one thing you can't take away from Pollard, which so few people, captains, players in the region have, he's got a winner's mentality. And if you think about the captains we've got in the region, Pollard's the only one who I think is ruthless and is willing to win by any means necessary. When you have such a soft talent pool, my belief is you need someone like a Pollard to show these players. Like Pollard don't let the game drift. That's why I like that. I think that's why I've always liked him. He's never been somebody who's just willing to sit back and go, maybe something will happen. And we've got so few players, captains in the region like that. And sorry, my final point on that is what's been funny to me is so many people spoke down about Pollard as captain, and strikes Allen on the pad there. Will get a leg by for that one. Some people spoke bad about Pollard as a captain, and again, if you go back and watch previous episodes of Caribbean Cricket Podcast, at the time, you may remember that I said if Pollard goes, nothing's going to improve, and arguably, based on the results over the summer, have things not got worse? I'm not saying that's because Pollard alone made such a difference, but it at least has shown people that when you try and remove one man in West Indies cricket, nothing ain't improving. So after we flop at the World Cup, people are going to say Phil's got to go. Nothing's going to improve after that either. So, you know, yes, Wayne, perfect. That's exactly it, Wayne. He's got an Australian attitude. Win by any means necessary. So that's the end of Akil. Akil just went through that over in about what 10 seconds. 4 runs off it, 58 for 5 after 13 overs. Mad Wasim is 8 of 24 balls. There's reconstructing and restabilizing an innings, and then there's that. Errol, do you know when it was over for Pollard? I'll tell you the exact moment he was finished. When we lost to Ireland, Pollard came out and said to the press that we can't bat and there is an endemic and systemic problem in the Caribbean that isn't being addressed at the national level, regional level, grassroots level with our batting. I will always remember when he said that because the reaction in the media after that was a full cuss out of him rather than actually look at what he said and look at why what he said might be valid. People chose to just cuss him out instead and say he's not a good captain. He's throwing people under the bus and ignored the fact that what he actually said was true. We can't bat in the region, but that's when I knew he was done. Though from that point on, I was like, yeah, this guy's finished because they're all coming for him now. for those who are Trini, I'm going to say something here, which I've noticed. And only the Trini fans here, so Fireball and them, only Fireball really, and those who understand Trini culture can answer this for me. You see at the grounds, and I've noticed it more so at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy. Maybe it's just where the camera's panning on more so than at Queen's Park Oval. But oh, that's well driven from Imad. Well driven. Beats the fielder. Sorry. Beats the fielder at mid-off. Russell has come into the attack, and it's a 4 to start the over off with. Oh, it's Pollard, sorry. It was Pollard who was fielder. I still think Pollard should have stopped that, but anyways, Imad beat him. Yeah, so what the point I was trying to make is that particularly with the images they're showing us around the Brian Lara Stadium, I don't see many. I need to be very careful how I word this because it'll sound. What I'm about to say will sound like a politically charged comment, but it's not meant to be. I'm just observing. But I don't see many Afro Trinis there, right? There's a lot of Indo Trinis seemingly at the ground. Now, is that just reflective of the population? Is that reflective of who likes cricket? Or is that just where the camera is panning? And that's not me. There's no kind of, I'm not trying to make any kind of statement with this whatsoever. It's just came to my attention when I was just watching the TV. Not Africans, Afro. So Fireball is saying young black folks don't watch that much cricket. That's what I'm asking. That's precisely why I'm asking the question. It's just noticeable to me that the crowd is significantly Indo Trini, which is cool. I've got nothing wrong with it. Ah, right. Okay, so Lime is saying it's in the south. You're gonna find more Indian. Okay, fine. Like I say, I don't know the the ins and outs of Trini demographics. Hence why I'm asking the question. And by the way, sorry, that was just a cut for 4 there by Fabian. Fabian is actually on 20 of 13. He's doing the partnership is 30 of 27, so they are reconsolidating here. And Fabian works at 1. He wants 2. Will he get 2? He will get 2. That's excellent excellent running by Fabian. Russell goes to 12 of his first over, and actually, all of a sudden, Tallawahs 70 for 5 of 14 on partnership is 32 of 28. Remember, this partnership came together at 38 for 5 in the 9th over. So all of a sudden, if they can still not lose wickets, 6 overs, 130. 130 might be possible here, with assuming that wickets don't come into the equation. Are we counting Akil as Indo Carib? I think he's mixed, isn't he? But I'm gonna include Akil as Indo Carib. But someone told me that he's mixed, but I don't actually know if that's the case. Is Puram mixed? I don't think so. Another well-run 2 there. So Anderson Phillip back into the attack. You would think that the Tallawahs would want to target Phillip here. Listen, we have to talk the thing, you know. The thing is, possibly possibly though, it's easier for me to have the conversation because I'm not coming at the conversation with any particular angle. Like, I'm not coming at it with a pro this or that. I'm just to me, it's just like a cultural conversation, you know? It's probably easier for me to do it and be completely detached with no significance behind the conversation. But also it helps those who don't understand the culture, you know, and the demographics. Always no well fielded there by the man at cover. Who's that? Narayan. No run there. Let me go look at I think Kanai would have captained at least one test, surely. Although he might not have done actually. I'll go and have a look. Let me go and see something here. So Du Pavilion has 2 overs left. Narayan's got 1, Rampol's got 1. So that's wide, but Fabian chases that. He should have left that. So there's 5 overs left after this. The Pavilion will bowl 2 of them. Narayan will get 1. Rampol will get 1. So they're going to have to find 1 more over from Phillip or Russell. Probably they'll give it to Phillip, I'd imagine. No, Javed isn't Jonathan Fu. What is he again? Oh no, he's just Chinese. He's just was he again? Is he Indo-Chinese or isn't Jonathan Fu Ameri-Indian? I swear he's Ameri-Indian. Am I making that up? I swear Jonathan Fu. Someone go look that up for me. But then, in fairness, to just going further, yeah, both Sarwan, Shiv, Ganga, etc. Yes, Fireball. Not a lot of people seem to. Puram will talk big on Jesus, you know. But the other thing, Fireball, though, and the other Trinis who are in this chat or watching this live is if this was football, though, it would be the other way round, surely. Like there'd be if Trinidad and Tobago are playing the national football team, I'm assuming, I don't know, but I'm assuming I'd see a heavily Afro Trini audience, or am I wrong? Am I wrong in saying that? Just dropped short. Just dropped short to Pollard. I think he should have pulled out a dive there. Maybe thought it was coming to him. Phillip bowls a bouncer, gets high on Allen, and he can only scoop that. Pollard was stationed kind of at short, fine leg, but outside the perimeter, and he didn't throw in the dive, and no run. Yeah, so Fu is Chinese, but there's a cricketer who's a merry Indian. In fact, no, what's his name? What's his name? Isn't Chemo Paul? Isn't Chemo Paul from like the swamps of Guyana or something? Is he half a merry Indian or something? There's a cricketer I'm thinking of who's got like some kind of a merry Indian in him. Is it not Chemo? Someone. Yeah, Supernova. Remember that when Shiv was captain, though, that's when a lot of the players walked out. He captained like that team with like Floyd Reefer. Actually, that's when Kemar Roach made his debut. Remember that series where everyone pulled out? I think Bangladesh at home. Like Lambert played, a whole bag of man played, and yeah, Shiv was in charge of that side. Yeah, Soca Warriors have fallen off badly, man. Real bad. Remember the days when Soca Warriors were arguably the number one Caribbean nation. Obviously the reggae boys are now, but remember the days when Soca Warriors were arguably the number one footballing nation in the Caribbean. Fallen off, boy. It's like they don't want to take the football serious. Well fielded by the man in the perimeter. I couldn't even tell you who Trinidad's best. Oh no, wait a minute. Isn't it that? What's that youth's name? Played in MLS for like Minnesota. Is it Molino? Is it Kevin Molino? Oh no, he's dropped it. Allen goes for a big shot. Monroe had it, but as he hit the ground, it pops out, and Fabian catches a live. That could be a big drop there, because you know Fabian's going to try cash in at the end. Du Pavilion is the boulder back on. Was Fireball? Is Kevin Molino Trini? Did I just call that name randomly? Is that his name? I swear it's Molino, something like that. Anyways. Fabian works that one off his legs. Wants two again. He will get two. He's quick between the stumps, boy. But then Dre Russ was jogging in, really and truly. So, I don't think it was the pitch. I think you look at the 5 wickets, I put 4 of them down to poor shot selection or poor shot execution. Yeah, Michael, so Chemo is from rural Guyana, but if you look at Chemo, like, doesn't Chemo live like where all the anacondas are and stuff? No, but seriously, I swear Chemo is like, I swear, I'm telling you, lot, there's some kind of American Indian thing in Chemo or some indigenous thing in him. There you go. See, Yo just said it. I knew it. I knew I wasn't making this up. I knew it. Thank you, Yo, for backing me up. I thought I was right. Look at Chemo. The next time you lot see Chemo Paul, look at him. The man's got some indigenous something in him somewhere. You can't mess with them anaconda, man, you know. When you go and look at where Chemo lives, pure swampland, proper swampland. Or where his family are from, I should say. I don't know what the area's called, but all I know is it's swampland. Anyways, people, this is a good chat. Sometimes it's not just about chatting about cricket, you know. Got to talk about culture and that in the region. People, I'm just going to go get that ice cream that I defrosted. It's probably melting. The score at the moment is 82 for 5. Just update the score. 16 overs are gone. So 4 overs to go. The current projected score is 102. If Fabian Allen stays in, it's not going to be 102. It's going to be more than that. Imad is still playing a magnificent test innings. He's 18 off 33 balls. And Fabian is 28 off 20 balls. Oh, you know the thing about Trini and Guyanese, though? You man look like cousins, you know? Yep, Fabian goes for a big shot. Rampall's back in the attack, and Fabian clears him out the ground. Exactly what I'm talking about. If Fabian stays in, then the score is going to be at least 120, if not more. Yeah, fine. But what I don't get about the sixes during a fan cam though, they don't like if you're with fans and somebody hits a six, aren't you supposed to like break away and commentate on it? Fabian tries to cut that one, but he can only find the man down at the boundary. One run. A 51 partnership between Imad and Fabian. But Fabian has contributed 35 of that 50-run partnership, 35 of 22. Imad's innings is woeful, if I'm honest. Syrian and Lebanese people, talk to me about that. I don't even know anything about that. Listen, there's no other watch along where you have somebody. Oh, Fabian, good shot. He clears the man on the boundary. Um, he clears the man at backward point, deliberately guided over him. Fabian, this is basically Fabian Allen saying, "I should have been picked for the West Indies." He's 39 of 23, and he's trying to get Jamaica up to a score that puts Trinidad under pressure. That score isn't. This isn't the score yet because it's not. It's not a bad track to bat on. There are runs in this track. Jamaica just gave away wickets early doors. Morgan, we've had like Caribbean Champions Leagues though. We do have the Caribbean Champions League, but you see what happens with that, or the CONCACAF Caribbean Cup, or whatever it's called. But more often than not, teams just pull out because they can't afford to do the traveling. Look how many Jamaica's the powerhouse team in the region. Jamaica's again Fabian cuts this time, but this time Puran's moved from backward point down to deep backward point, and he fields that for one. Yeah, so think about it, Morgan. More often than not, you have teams just pull out and say, "Well, boy, we can't afford the flying, so we're not even going to enter the competition." It's long. No other watch along people will you get chats like this. We've been talking about football. We talk about Indo Carib, Afro Carib. This is why I have to come to the Caribbean Cricket Podcast watch along because and gone. Imad's innings finally over. Rampal gets his fourth wicket. What an awful innings by Imad. 19 of 34. Big test match innings. Rampal gets his fourth. He ends his 4 overs, 4 for 19. And well, maybe that's a blessing in disguise that Imad is out. Because Chris Green and Miguel Pretorius will at least try fling their bat now. They will at least try fling their bat, which is what they should be doing at this stage. Yeah, of course. Yes, Lime. So Trinidad and Tobago ain't just Afro and Indian. TT also has Portuguese, Spanish, French, Lebanese, Syrian, British, Afro, Indian, Chinese people. Yep, of course. Joshua Da Silva being such an example. Portuguese, Trini. And if anything, actually, Lime, going off the back of that point and extrapolating it to West Indies cricket as a whole, why do we not have I still don't think we utilize or do more to spread the game beyond the English speaking Caribbean. What about Martinique, Guadeloupe, obviously Casey Carty's just come from Saint Martin. So, and I know they're French Caribbean islands, but they would still count for the West Indies, would they not? Is the team just British West Indies? De Silva's girl is in Chinese Trini. I'm coming back, people. Just getting this ice cream. I see a lot of you talking about Belize. I always forget that Belize is part of the Caribbean, you know. There's all these places that because they're not English speaking, we just don't. Even Cuba. How many people actually consider Cuba part of the Caribbean? And it's obviously we do, but do you know what I mean? Like we don't actually. We almost treat Cuba like it's some random island with which isn't literally next door to Jamaica. Yeah, Kieran Powell went to try out for like the LA Dodgers or something like that. See, I didn't even know that Belize was English speaking. See, and I'm a history and politics teacher, but I don't know nothing about Belize. I had a friend at school when I went. So for those of you who don't know, I did I did school in Jamaica between I did my A levels in Jamaica between 16 and 18. And one of my friends after we all finished school, so I went back to England to do university. My friends who stayed in Jamaica to go UE or American universities, whatever it was. But one of them went to Belize, and that was the first time I think I'd ever acknowledged that Belize was a place. And I just assumed it must be Spanish that is spoken there as the main language without even knowing. Yeah, they rushed Grenada quickly, you know. They rushed Grenada. People, boy. Anyways, if we start talking about Maurice Bishop and what happened there, mad. Sufyan, I feel Imad's Boldwell. Um, Imad's Boldwell during this tournament with the bat. I mean, today was dreadful, but ah, I. Do you know what? So I'm friends with his son. Let me send his son a message right now because I didn't know this. Let me ask this. Are you sure about this, Michael? I'm asking his son right now. Anyways, the 100's up. Fabian's hit another century. Like I said, that drop, that drop, on Fabian by Colin Munro. I said it's going to be proved. It's going to prove to be a big drop. And the Tallawahs are 105 for 6. Fabian is on 47 of 31. Timely knock by Fabian, because you know already how the Caribbean works. After this knock, people are gonna say, how did we not take Fabian Allen to the World Cup? What type of decision making is that? I done said that Fabian Allen should have been in the World Cup squad anyway, so I know that I'm not going to be doing no short-termism after what he's done. Did I say Fabian hit a century? Fabian's on 47 of 32. Tallawahs 105 for 6. Yeah, fireball, you better believe that. Right, Fabian runs 2. Right, last ball of Phillips over. And Fabian guides that down to the man at a deep backward point, 1 run, and gets his 50. That's a 50 for Fabian. Good knock, Fabian. I would have taken you to the World Cup, so good knock. Have to respect that highly. 50 off 34 balls. Jamaica 108 for 6. How much can Fabian get off the final over? Yes, Charlie, that's the point. So in our CPL review preview show, I said that I felt that Jamaica wouldn't do well because by the time you get to the 5th batter, you're already on the all-rounders. And to rely on all-rounders, it's like Guyana. Guyana are relying on Aldine Smith and Romario Shepherd to come off because their batting's not deep enough. If your all-rounder is coming in at 6 or so Dupervillian, by the way, will bowl the last over. First ball's a wide. He'll have to reload that. Fabian's on strike. Tallawahs 109 for 6. If you are relying on your all-rounders to come in at 5 or 6, you haven't constructed your team properly, because you have to assume with these all-rounders, batting or bowling, that more often than not, it won't come off. It's not like we're talking about GOAT all-rounders. We're talking about people that come off maybe 1 every 4 innings or so, so they shouldn't be coming in until like number 7 at the earliest. So if you look at Jamaica, they've got Reefer, followed by Wazeem, followed by Fabian. Gone. Allen goes. Dupervillian strikes. Allen goes for an even 50. It's 109 for 7. And that's the key wicket. If Jamaica were going to make big runs in the final over, Fabian had to make them. But Dupervillian strikes. And, yeah. Unfortunately for Fabian, that's his one gone. 109 for 7. Yeah, Sufian, we did it. It came out today. Did I post it? I just posted the YouTube link. You can watch it there. Or obviously watch it on like Spotify, download the 99.94 app. Latest episodes there. Apple Podcasts, etc. One second, people. I'm just messaging thing. Right, so 3 balls to go. That was just a single drilled down the ground by Chris Green. The score is 112 for 7. Chris Green on 5, Pretorius on a none. Yes, Michael, 100%. I always say, do not associate British Caribbean people with people who live in the, well, no, sorry, that's harsh. Do associate British Caribbean, do associate the diaspora with back home. But what I would say about the diaspora is that for each passing generation of the diaspora, they move, there's 2 runs, one on, no, not on the overthrow. For each passing generation of the diaspora, they move one step further away than truly understanding culture back home. And I think the only way you can fully understand culture back home is to still regularly visit back home. And when I say visit back home, that means visiting your people. That doesn't mean visiting the hotel resorts. That's my personal opinion. But anyways, I could talk about that another time. Green drills that down the ground. So Dupavilion's over thus far. Wide wicket 2-1, leg by 1. It's been a good final over from Dupavilion, and more importantly, got the key wicket. Got the key wicket of Fabian Allen. 114 for 7. Jamaica gonna have to go some. Gonna have to go some here. There's no way this 114 is enough. Famous last words, but there's no way this can be enough. Surely. And Green goes after that final ball. He may have no, he doesn't thread the gap. Pooran comes into the boundary, gets that. Oh, yep, and they've got 2, and that's the end of the innings. I presume that wasn't out. That's the end of the innings. They're gonna just check to see if Chris Green, or was it Pretorius, which I don't know who faced that last ball. Did he get in or was it out? If it might be run out, no, he's in as well. Him. So Pretorius got 2. So the end of the innings, the Tallawahs struggle their way through to 116 7. Fabian Allen's lone hand of 50 off 35 balls, the only thing to really talk about for the Tallawahs. But Rampal, Rampal, 4 for 17. The other, in fact, let me read through the bowling. So Dupavilion, 4 overs, 1 for 22. Akil Hussain, 4 overs, 1 for 23. Ravi Rampal, 4 overs, 4 for 19. Sunil Ryan, 4 overs, 1 for 21. Anderson Phillip, 3 overs, none for 18. And Dre Russ, 1 over, none for 12. The only players in the Tallawahs innings to score over double figures: Shamar Brooks, 20 off 21. Imad Wasim, a test match, 19 off 35. And Fabian Allen, 50 off 35. you would assume, with the dew also playing a factor, that the TKR win this and possibly win this early. I might be in bed by 3:30 if I'm lucky, people. So, people, that's the halfway stage of the innings. This game should be over quite quickly. Let me disappear off screen for a bit. And I will rejoin you for at least the first 6 overs of the TKR response, and then I might lock off to finish off the match report, or start and finish match report. You know how it goes, Michael. You know how it goes. So people, what's the same? Yeah, if you haven't, let me just check. If you haven't pressed like or subscribe yet, please do so. The current subscribers says, oh my God, 3,111. So since this live started nearly 2 hours ago, we have only gained 7 subscribers. You lot done me dirty. In the likes, we have currently, how many likes do we have? 34 likes. So you know what, people? During the interval between Jamaica's innings being over and TKR's starting, press like, press subscribe, follow the Caribbean Cricket Podcast, go listen to West Indies on 99.94, follow us on Twitter, follow us on Instagram, and I'll be back in about 5 minutes to start the power play.
Kimar Roach, and I listen to the Caribbean Cricket Podcast.
Yes, people, I'm back. 70 of you in the live. You must have said, oh, Machel must be back soon. Let's jump in the live in preparation. So people, if there's any Guyanese in here, I've just been having a WhatsApp conversation with some people. And somebody said in the WhatsApp that there's a phrase in Guyana for Amerindians called, I think he said, Bokman. Any Guyanese want to tell me that or spell that for me? I've never heard that before in my life. Bokman. So yeah, talk to me about that. Anyways, TKR need 117 to win. They should chase this easily. But if TKR chase this easily, then it's ominous signs that maybe they're finding their form. Anyways, Mohamed Amir starts as usual. Fireball, that's what I'm saying. I'd never heard. So I sent a message to the person saying, "What's that? I've never heard that before." So I'm trying to ask the Guyanese people to explain it to me, you know? I hear you, Fireball. I'll wait for the Guyanese to come in the chat and give me some more context and understanding. So it's 3 balls of Mohamed Amir's over, no run. If you're new to the Caribbean Cricket Podcast, press like, press subscribe. Actually, let me go look, see if anybody's pressed like or subscribe and added to the numbers. We are on 3,113 subscribers. So 9, 10 subscribers since this live started. Any subscriber is a welcome subscriber. Let's see what the likes are saying. We are on. Mohamed Amir comes in for his 4th ball over. Has he gone? Has he gone? Has he gone? Has he gone? Pooran's gone. Pooran's gone for a duck. He's chased the outside, what, like the 6th stump? And he's walking, so it must have been a healthy nick. 37 likes. Pooran goes for a duck. Mohamed Amir strikes as usual. Oh, it's awful from Pooran. It's awful. That's awful from Pooran. Gone. Duck. So we have to remember, people, but part of TKR's struggles this year have been all about their failures of the top order to get going. One of the reasons why they beat I'm coming. I'll explain that in a second. But one of the reasons why Trinidad beat Guyana last time out is because the top order, in terms of Munro and Seafer, actually did something. It wasn't good, but they at least stuck around. Obviously, with Pooran going off for a duck, again, it's problematic for TKR. Like, just like remember, Jamaica lost 4 wickets in the power play. Munro probably should play a similar innings to the one he played against Guyana here. What did he get? He got I think he got 42 off 39 balls on this track. Maybe that's the type of innings you have to play. Anyway, so yeah, so what happened is that, do you remember earlier on? One second, I've got a message about what I'm about to ask you, so bear with me. I was saying, so yeah. Do you remember earlier on we were talking about a merry Indian cricketers, right? And somebody said how many merry Indian cricketers have there been, and I said Kemo Paul, and then you confirmed Kemo Paul. Then somebody said Basil Butcher was. So I know Basil Butcher's son quite well. So I messaged, and I'm in a group, WhatsApp group. So I messaged and said, "So what is Basil Butcher got a merry Indian in him? Is he a merry Indian?" Anyway, so this person then said or sent a message saying that used a phrase I've never heard before called "Bokman." Now, apparently, that's some phrase that must be used in relation to merry Indians. And then when I came back on the live, I said, "What is that phrase? Is that a slur? Is that like just? Is that a friendly term? What the hell is that? Never heard it before in my life." It must be specific to Guyana because you are the ones with the merry Indians. So what is that for? Like, well, talk to me about it. I can't even spell it, so I can't even write it to tell you what it was. I'm just trying to phonetically say what I thought I heard, but I don't. I don't know what it is. Sorry, people. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. So yeah, maiden wicket over. Chris Green will take the second over. Trinidad yet to score. I wonder if Tion Webster's going to stink out the place again with the bat. He's been lucky to get a continued. He's been lucky to get a continued stint. As how many innings has Tion played in this tournament and played well? Maybe one. And I like Tion Webster. I want him to do well, but man, stinking out the place still. But then the whole Trinidad top order kind of is gone, gone, gone. See what I'm saying? Webster gone, Duck, TKR none for two. See what I'm saying? Same thing I'm saying. What does Webster bring? Nick behind to Django, none for two. So again, I say Jamaica lost 4 wickets in the power play, 25 for 4. TK have already lost 2. They ain't even got off the mark yet. Thank you, Yo, for the explanation. I've seen it. Let me go back and look at CPL. Let me go back and look at CPL last year. I need to check something about this Trini side. Check some of this Trinidad side. Do you know what? So I was trying to look. I was looking back to go, who is missing from this Trinidad side to open? It's Lendl Simmons. I was like, how have they ended up with Tion Webster opening? Because a lot of the players that Trinidad have would have been there last year. Munro was there last year. Seifert was there last year. It's Simmons who's gone. Anyways, TK off the mark now. So it's Munro and Seifert. So remember, people, against the Amazon Warriors, it was Munro and Seifert who rebuilt the innings when they were struggling against the Amazon Warriors. So again, I guess the tactics will be the same as the Amazon Warriors match. Just try and get a strike rate of 90 to 100, rebuild it slowly, and leave space and time for Pollard and Dre Russ and the Ryan at the back end to do what they need to do if it gets close. But anyways, Jamaica right in it at this point in time. And Munro squirts that one past the fielder, but Nicholson Gordon picks up at the second attempt 2 runs. Oh, so Fireball, you're saying that phrase is used in Trinidad as well. But then what's it used in Trinidad to refer to? What is a jumbie? What you lot? Sorry, Buck is a Trini jumbie. What jumble? You lot need to give me some more detail on this. What do you mean by jumbie? Why do I not know what you mean by jumbie? As in, wait, jumbie as in demon? Wait, oh my god! I didn't really. Do you know what? When I saw the word, I was like, no, they won't mean demon. They must mean something else. But it's actually demon. Nah, man, where you not taking this conversation? Ah, boy. As in the mocha jumbie. Right, now I see where you're coming from. Sorry. Sorry, because in Jamaica, when I think demon, I'm saying duppy before I say jumbie. You know what? 5-0. All right, you lot are finishing me today. 5-0 says if you're short and men call you a buck. Ah, boy. Listen, this is what Caribbean Cricket Podcast community is all about, you know. Which other watch along you're going to get this type of conversation going? Barely looking at the cricket and talking about demons. Anyways, Ainsworth says just tune on the score. Yes, Ainsworth, let me get back to it. It's the end of the over. Um, and Jamaica Tallawahs, sorry, TKR are 4 for 2 at the end of the second over. Ainsworth said he's not here for the jumbie talk. I hear you still, Ainsworth. I hear you. So 2 wickets have gone. Chris Green took one. Chris Green took one. Mohammed Amir took one. Puran and Webster both gone for a duck. Munro 3 not out of 5. Seifert 1 not out of 2. This power play is going to have to be a rebuilding job for TKR. First things first. I don't think it's about big shots at this stage, unless it's there to really be hit. They just need to rebuild for now. Listen, I'm still laughing about the buck chat and the jumbie chat. God. Right. Anyways, Sifa uppercuts that one. Pretorius comes in off the boundary. Comes in what was he? Third man boundary. 1 run. Ah, boy. Anyways, Amir back in. Sifa blocks it out. To the man on the perimeter. No run. Thing is, the ball before Puran nicked off, Amir, they're just showing Amir's first 4 balls. The ball before, he'd shown Puran that he was going to swing one away at like a 5th, 6th stump line. So Puran had seen one, and then he just goes after the next one. Yeah, no worries, Ainsworth. If you're new to the Caribbean Cricket Podcast, we do this for certainly. Oh, it's threaded through. Who's that? Oh, well fielded by Imad Wasim. Will they run through for 2? No, it's just 1. Seifert threaded that through the covers, but great work by Wasim at deep backward point. 1 run. Yeah, so sorry, Ainsworth. If you're new to Caribbean Cricket Podcast, we do these lives, or it's now a new thing that we're doing where we try to do lives for as much as the cricket as we can. Certainly during CPL and certainly during the midnight games. I'll be back tomorrow for the morning game. Barbados versus who are they playing again? Is it Guyana? Barbados versus Guyana, and the evening game TKR versus the Kings. So tune in if you need to. And that's driven down the ground straight and hard by Munro. Straight down the ground, 4 runs. 6 off the over so far. 1 more to come from Amir. TKR 10 for 2. So for the Trini fans, on here, even if you dropped Webster, what do you do? I guess you have to go back to opening with Sunil, right? And then you'd have to bring someone. Let me go look at the TKR squad again. You'd have to bring someone else in. That's on the that's on his pads, and they'll get a leg bye. That's the end of the third over. And TKR are 11. Yeah, 11 for 2 at the end of the third over. Right. Let me go look at this TKR squad because I need to see what their options are should they choose to drop Webster. Is Leonard Julian in that side? I think he might be the guy in there. Let me see this team now. Okay, TKR. It'd have to be Leonardo Julian. Wait a minute. Have TKR played any of their emerging players? Don't they have to play at least 5 games? No, what's going on? Wait a minute. How many games? Have TKR played any of their emerging players yet? Is Jaden Steele still an emerging player? Does he still count? Because I thought the 2 emerging players they had were Leonardo Julian and Sharon Lewis. I think I saw Sharon play one of them. Or not saw. Did I hear that Sharon Lewis played one earlier on in the tournament? Is he even an emerging player? How old is Sharon Lewis? Is he emerging? He's 24, I guess. I think emerging is you have to be 25 and under at a certain point. But surely Sharon's only played 1 game? Now, this is a talking point here. So this is TKR's 7th game. If I'm right, their final 3 games, they're going to have to play an emerging player. So maybe it's that they drop Webster and play Leonardo Julian for the final 3 games. Because the whole point of the rule is they have, unless the rules have changed this season, emerging players are supposed to play. They're supposed to play 5 games throughout the tournament. Or is it 3 times? Last season it was 5. For all I know, CPL might have changed the rules. But at this point, with Webster just being at this point, sorry, with Webster providing nothing, what's to lose by playing Leonardo Julian? I don't understand. But then again, I'm not a TKR fan, so I don't know. Did I say Leonardo? I meant Leonardo. Look at this. And Bish now making the exact same point I'm making. And he's gone for a big shot there. Monroe, has he got enough? Yes, he has. He's got more than enough. Green gets sent out of the ground. It's a maximum. And all of a sudden, after being 0 for 2, Trinidad are 19 for 2. TKR 19 for 2 now. 1 more ball to come from the 6th over. People, I'm thinking to go to the 10th over for this game. Let me know if you're fine with that. So I'm thinking, because I've already pretty much written the first half of the match report, I won't need that much time to finish it off. So I think I might lock this live off after 10 overs rather than the usual 6 at the end of the power play. So yeah, 19 for 2. Monroe 15 off 13. Cypher 3 off 5. Last ball of Chris Green's over. And no, he can't be the man on the perimeter. No run. That's the end of the 4th over. 19 for 2. Nope. Yo, no more wickets. It's 19 for 2. If you're new and you've not watched one of these before, even if you're not new, press like. If you're brand new, press subscribe. 3,000. We're on 3,117 subscribers, so we've added another 14 from today's live. So Imad Wasim comes into the attack. He'll bowl the 5th over of the power play. He's bowled well in CPL. Seifert drives him down the ground. Powell Fields at mid-off. No run. Again, Seifert has to defend that one out to cover. No run. Yeah, Bish just making the point that this chase is a runner ball, so TKR don't have to do anything out of the ordinary. Just play each ball on its merit, and usually every over or every other over there'll be a 4 ball. Hit that for 4, and the chase is done. This shouldn't, however, be going down to the last over. TKR making this chase look like it's the most difficult chase in the world. Anyways, what's happened there? God, that's a wide. The TKR bat in this whole tournament, has left an awful lot to be desired. Oh, and he's gone for a big shot. That's gone. Munro latches onto that one. It was that, like I say, 1 ball every innings will be there to be hit. Munro hits it. It's like Munro found his form in the game against Guyana. He's 21 off 15. Score is currently 27 for 2. 2 more balls left. 2 more balls left of the 5th over. Wasim's gone for 8 so far. That 6 has spoilt his returns. 8 off 4 balls. He's gone back round the wicket now. And Munro has to defend that out to the man at cover. Sorry, that's the man at point, in fairness. All right, final ball of the 5th over. Munro cuts that. That's threaded through the covers. 4 runs. Yeah, he's seeing it now. He's seeing it. He's back in form, Colin Munro. TKR needed 1 batter in their side to hit some kind of form. Imad goes for 12 off his first over. He's not happy with himself. TKR 31 for 2 off 5. We just look at the table. So, Fabian. Table. So if TKR win today, we'll put them on 7 points and move them up into 3rd place. Oh, Guyana are in trouble, you know. Granted, We'll know a bit more about if Guyana lose tomorrow to Barbados, they are in big trouble. They will. They if Guyana lose tomorrow, they'll head to Guyana, having to win. I reckon they'd have to win 3 games minimum and pray. 4 games, I think they'll be fine. Right, Pretorius into the attack. That's that drifts onto Seifert's pads, and he flicks that away for 4. And remember, at the end, this is the final over the power play. At the end of Jamaica's power play, they were 25 for 4. TKR currently are 35 for 2 with 1 over to go, with 5 balls to go of the power play. Maybe, like I keep repeating it, Munro and Seifert possibly found their form versus Guyana. And boy, do Trinidad need someone to find form in that batting order. Again, Seifert cuts it. Oh, it's brilliantly fielded by, who's that? Oh my gosh. Brooks fielded that. There was no one backing up at the stumps, and it was a massive run-out opportunity. Seifert ran. He weren't even in the frame. No one was backing up. Ridiculous. That's ridiculous. No one was backing up the stumps. Seifert gets away with one there. So Lime says the top 4 right now stand until the playoffs. Don't be so certain about that, Lime, because Tallawahs, after today, will only have 2 games left, right? One is St. Lucia. This is in Guyana. One is St. Lucia, and the other is Guyana in Guyana. Tallawahs will need to win one of those. 8 points isn't enough yet. It might be, as in it might be based on run rate, but it's not enough yet. TKR will go to 7 with 3 to go. St. Kitts are looking in big. St. Kitts basically have to win their last 2 to have any chance. We will know a lot more come tomorrow. And he's gone after that, and it's 1 bounce 4. Munro moves to 29 off 19 balls. Pretorius gets cut square of the wicket, or pulled, I should say, square of the wicket. Trinidad were none for 2 at one point. They're now 40 for 2. 2 more balls. So, sorry, it's not updated. There we go. 2 more balls left of Pretorius is over. He's gone for 9 so far. 2 more balls left of the power play. And he's gone again. But this time it's cut off by Shamar Brooks. A deep backward square 1 run. 1 more ball left of the power play. Give TKR their credit. They have motored along since losing those 2 wickets. Ten off the over. 1 more ball to go. And that's defended. That's the end of the power play. Right, so people, I'm just looking at the table. So after tomorrow's games will tell us a lot. After tomorrow, Barbados will have played 8, Jamaica 8, St. Lucia Kings 8, St. Kitts 8, TKR 8, Guyana 6. So after tomorrow, Guyana will know how many of those 4 games they need to win. If they lose versus Barbados, they're probably going to need 5, 7. Yeah, 3. They'll need 3 wins in Guyana, I reckon. It's Imad Wasim back into the attack for the 7th over. Thank you, Mickey. Thank you. I don't even. Do you know what, Mickey? I'm not even sure if what I'm doing is commentary. It's kind of like a mixture of commentary, chatting with the people in the comments, just keeping people updated with what's going on, kind of talking wider about West Indies cricket and like just now, for example, the CPL table. So, just doing my thing. Yo says after this TK, I've got 3 games left. I just need them to lose 2 of those 3, and that will leave TK at 9 points in 10 games. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, yo. Tomorrow's games probably tell you a lot because remember, TKR have got St. Lucia tomorrow, and I think that game probably will say a lot. If TKR win that, I think they're going to be fine and they'll get to the final 4. If they lose, well, yeah, problems. Seifert brings out the sweep. He's cut it fine enough. Who's that? Brooks runs in off the boundary, runs round the boundary, sorry, to cut it off. 2 runs. 44 for 2. Again, Seifert brings out the sweep again, but again, straight to Brooks, 1 run. Yep, yo, I'm with you. I think net run rate will decide at least one of the positions. Because Barbados beat everyone, I just don't see how net run rate doesn't play a factor going forward for the 4th position. Munro down on 1 knee. Chops that down to the man at deep backward point. 1 run. So they're just milking Imad in this over. Do you know why TKR might be fine, though, Fireball? Is because they had a game. They're on an odd number of points. So if they win today, they're on 7. Remember that the Kings and St. Kitts are on 6, right? So do you see what I mean? Like, unless there's a washout and they only take a point, they'll always be on an odd number. So it's unlikely that TKR would end up in a net run rate situation without a washout. It's more likely that Jamaica, St. Kitts, St. Lucia would end up in a net run rate situation. If you catch how I'm trying to explain that. Anyways, that was the end of the over. And TKR are 46 for 2. 3 more overs, people, and I'm out. 46 for 2. And Munro is on 32 not out from 23 balls. Yeah, yo, it's either going to be a downfall or a saving grace, basically. One or the other. Can't believe I'm doing 3 games in a row, man. Mickey says he had the ticket for today and he gave it to his son. So he's watching and listening to this. Thank you, Mickey. Press like if you haven't done so. Subscribe to Caribbean Cricket Podcast. Anyways, Nicholson Gordon comes in. He either takes wickets or he goes for licks. There is no in between. And his first ball goes for a couple. Chris Green runs around the boundary to cut that off. 2 runs off the first ball of the 8th over. Ow. Nicholson back in again. And Seifert goes for a big shot. Goes for a big shot. One bounce to the fielder. The 50-run partnership is up. And it comes off 38 balls. Where did I put? What's going on? Yep. Monroe has taken 32 off 21 in this 50-run partnership. Seifert 16 off 16. Oh, that reminds me, actually. Let me check something. You lot just reminded me of something. So it was under 25. Yeah, I thought so. For the emerging player, right. So that means Jaden Seals counts as an emerging player. Oh, no, Jaden Seals doesn't. Sorry, people, I'm just checking. Oh, my goodness gracious me. Ah, boy. Mad. Right, so, Gordon bowls a full ball outside the off stump. Munro takes that downtown. It's another 6 runs. This chase might be over soon. I'm looking at my bed wondering, could it be? Could it be that I'll be asleep before 3:30? I will never doubt God. See my God? My God's a loving God. He said, as a Jamaican, I'm going to make Jamaica sell out the game today so you can go sleep. I love that. 58 for 2, TKR. Colin Monroe is on 39 of 25 balls. Have Trinidad finally found a top order batter who's in form? Monroe cuts that one. No, can't be the fielder. One more ball left of the 8th over. So Nicholson Gordon went for 11 off that over. I'm struggling out here, people. I'm starting to struggle out here. 2 more overs left. 2 more overs left, people. And then I will have to lock this off. Not because I want to go, but I have to write this match report. And God knows I'm now tired. Trinidad need to win this by the 15th over. Let me unmute myself. That's a 6. I'm eating some crisp. That's a 6. Imad Wazim gets taken for a big shot of a deep square leg. Trinidad running away with this right now. Let me just munch on some more food. I soon come. Let me mute myself and munch so you don't hear the feed. Okay, food break done. Trinidad 66 for 2. See if it brings out the reverse sweep, and they'll take a 1 run there. Reefer fields that on the perimeter. 67 for 2. 2 more balls to go of the 9th over. Yeah, Mickey. So I'll be doing Barbados versus Guyana, the early game, and then TKR versus St. Lucia, the late game. I'll be doing both of those, and then bowled him. Seifert Munro goes back on his stumps, and that speeds on off the surface. Should have gone forward, went back. There's a wicket, 67 for 3. Munro goes for a well-made 40 off 28 balls. So, I mean, given the context, so what Trinbago, needs 33, 43. Well, about 40. Oh, they brought in the rhyme. So the Ryan's coming, not Russell or Pollard. So the Ryan's coming next, probably because I assume it's because they want a left-hander. They've got left-handed Wasim. Left-handed Wasim just got Munro out, but they will have brought in a left-hander to counteract the left-arm spin. Sinal plays it back to that one as well, but defends that. No run. Oh, that's the end of the over. So that's the end of the over. 9 off it and a wicket. Munro's gone, 40 off 28. TKR 67 for 3 off 9. Mohamed Amir comes back, and this makes sense because Rovman's searching for a wicket. Mohamed Amir went for 1 for 6 off 2. First ball pushed to Rovman on the perimeter, no run. That's 1 run. Do you know what's interesting? There's some Jamaicans in the crowd, but even the Jamaicans are Indo-Jamaicans. I need someone to interview those Jamaicans who are living in Trinidad. There's no way they've flown over from Jamaica to watch a game in Trinidad. They will be living there. I see you lot chatting about oil and China and Venezuela. I'll soon get involved, but so Lime says that Trinidad's a large Jamaican diaspora. Thank you, Lime, for filling me in on that. Oh, it's a healthy edge, genuine edge, but there's no slip in place. There's no way that Django's going to catch that, and Narayan gets off the mark with a fortuitous 4. TKR moves to 72 for free. So you lot are saying there's plenty of diaspora in Trinidad from different nations, but would you more find them in Port of Spain or spread throughout Trinidad? So Hamid Amir back in. And Narayan's gone for that and out. Brooks takes the catch. The movers worked from Rovman Powell. He brought back Mohamed Amir to try and take a wicket, and it works. Narayan wasn't in for a long time. Who took that? Was it Brooks or Gordon who took that catch? And Narayan's gone, so they'll have to bring in it has to be Pollard. It can't be Russell, surely. Right, so they're going for the Angostura chill break. The Night Riders need 45 of 62 balls to win this. There's 2 more balls left before the actual 10th over. And people, I think that might be that for me, I'm going to retire now to the living room to write this match report because I don't want to write it after the match is done. I haven't got that much time if I leave it until after the match is done. I'd rather have it done just as it's about to finish so I can go to my bed. But this has been longer than usual, people. Normally I do the 20 overs of the first innings and then the power play of the second and then duck out. Today I took it up to the 10th over. Thank you for everyone as usual. All the usual kind of traditional crowd who've been here. Yo, Fireball, Michael, etc. Lime, I've seen you in here before. So anyone who's a usual, thank Javid. Anyone I've seen usually see, big up yourselves. If you're here tomorrow for the morning game, cool. Barbados versus Guyana. If not, I'll see you for the evening game. Trinidad versus St. Lucia. And I'll also, sorry, I forgot to say, I'll also be doing the midweek games. So Guyana versus Jamaica and Guyana versus St. Lucia. That's on Wednesday and Thursday. And then after that, we're pretty much in the home straight after all that. So see you all soon, people. See you tomorrow. In fact, not soon. See you tomorrow. Yeah, let's obviously enjoy the rest of the game. I'll still be on Twitter. For those who follow on Twitter, I'll still be on Twitter. I'll probably tweet a couple of tweets before the match is over. And I'll catch you tomorrow. Peace. Thank you. If you haven't pressed like before I go, do press like. It helps grow the podcast, helps the algorithm. Press subscribe if you like the channel. And yeah, peace, people. See you in here. Yo says, see you in about 12 hours. See you in about 12 hours, people. So yeah, let me just find the video to close out and then we're out of here. Later.
We rule the cricket world. Now the rule seems coming.
Welcome to the Caribbean Cricket Podcast, your one-stop shop for all things West Indies cricket. By the fans, for the fans.